While driving through a quaint village on the outskirts of Paris, we noticed an unusual abandoned manor. It looked like it had been forgotten for a long time. Curious, we took a closer look and discovered that it had a unique and intriguing history. The manor once belonged to Jean-Paul, a man born in New York. Like many young men of his generation, he was called to fight in the Second World War and ended up in France. There he met and fell in love with Petra, who would later become his wife. After the war, Jean-Paul chose to stay in France, where he pursued his passion for postage stamps and built a successful business around it. Their lives took a beautiful turn when, thanks to his flourishing business, they were able to purchase this magnificent 1876 manor near Paris. Every room in the house was beautifully decorated, filled with memories, artifacts adorning the walls, and beautiful furniture in every corner. Petra and Jean-Paul lived their entire lives here, raising a charming family within these four walls. But as time passed, the manor story slowly faded. In 2017, the house fell silent when Jean-Paul, its last resident, passed away. Although he had children, none returned to claim or care for the house, leaving it abandoned, a quiet reminder of the lives once lived within these walls. Many questions linger around this beautiful home. Where did Jean-Paul's children go after his passing? Why are all their precious memories still left behind? Join us as we explore the remnants of this love story, etched in every corner of this forgotten estate. Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie and today I'm standing in the country of France again and we are filming an incredible manor right next to us here. Behind the camera today is not Danny, but actually Moreno is with me filming this place.
Hey,
quickly show you, man. People have not seen you for a long time in the videos.
Everybody.
And we are exploring again today in France and we're going to show you this incredible manor. Let's go. Moreno, can you actually believe that this place has been abandoned for only 5 years?
I'm actually very happy that we're not the first people because then we have to conquer all this.
You can see people have made like a little walkway through here towards the abandoned mansion. But this place, like we said before, has only been abandoned for 5 years. And the nature is already taking over the entire place. Wow. This used to be their backyard, used to be, I say, but now it's completely overgrown. The vines have conquered these lands. And they have made a little pathway here to the back of the house where we can go up the stairway and enter into this beautiful property. Wow. Rena, if you come stand here for a second, and then you can overlook this backyard. Wow. It's insane, right?
It is.
Jeez.
These are very high bushes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check out this amazing place. I'm super excited to take you throughout the house of Jean-Paul and Petra and show you what's left behind in here. But I also really adore it because it has this unique story of a person, of Jean-Paul that lived in Paris, that lived in New York City, came to France to fight in the World War and then met his beloved wife. And they spent their life together, close to Paris, living here. I really adore the story. It has something romantic to it. And then they passed away very short to each other and left the house behind, forever like it was. It's only been a couple of years of abandonment, but as you can see, everything is already falling apart. Nature is taking over, mold is forming. But also we have this lovely patio area here. The setup, the chairs around the table, where Petra and Jean-Paul used to have breakfast in the morning, dinner in the evenings, overlooking their land through their windows behind here. Must have been so wonderful. Beautiful cushions here, these lovely white metal chairs. They are frozen to the ground because everybody, we are exploring actually in winter time. It's December, just before Christmas now, and we are exploring over here in France. As you can see, the temperature reads 0 degrees on this thermometer. Like, this is the level that we go to explore these abandoned places all year round. Yet again, a lovely area over here. Here the plants are growing inside of the house, as you can see. All the little knickknacks are still on this display shelf. I can even see a picture down here. And this is supposedly the front of the house, I think. Might be, it looks very small. I'm not 100% sure if this is the house that we are in right now. Wow, candles and everything still here. Wooden clothes, very Dutchy but also French. A doll sitting there in a chair. And also the newspapers from them are still left in here. This one is actually from 2004. That seems like a more reasonable date of abandonment. I know that Jean-Paul and Petra passed away very short to each other, but I don't know exactly which date that these people passed away. Even their rain jackets and their umbrellas and everything is still hanging here, ready for them to leave the house. This is Petra, her bag. She would whip it around her shoulder and walk out of the door over there. But we are not gonna do that. We are gonna go inside of the house and show you the relics of their past. Okay, I'm super excited to show you this place and take you inside. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Okay, if I can fit through this little doorway here. It's very small. Yeah. Okay, this is where I had to squeeze through. But now we have entered into the hallway of their house. And I can already see a very cool atmosphere here with the pictures, the frames hanging on the wall of these lovely churches. This is actually, yeah, this is definitely United States. Look at that, the flag. Jean-Paul definitely had a lot of remembrance to his former life in the USA. I don't know until which age he lived there, but these look a lot like the small towns we have seen when we were in the United States ourselves. All the lovely frames here on the wall hanging the stairway to go to the top floor. And then this lovely little creek here, or little lake. Wow. Okay, but first I want to show you the downstairs. Again, a lot of magazines lying here on the floor. This one's from the 12th of November. It doesn't say a year though. Wow, okay. Let's see. A very large hallway, of course, typical for a French manor to have such a large hallway. We have a painting over here made by Frank Oder, I think it says over there, of a flower. Let's first enter into their living room, here to the left, the place where Jean-Paul and Petra used to spend most of their times. Here, all their memories are left behind. Here they spend a lot of time together with their family and themselves. Let's first focus on this corner because I think it's very, very lovely. With the chairs standing around the centerpiece here. There's no television, so this was a space to connect with each other. You can even see there are still 2 glasses of Grand Marnier, as you can see, left on the table. Maybe the last glasses that Jean-Paul or Petra used to drink. There's even still a drink left behind in here that one of the 2 never got to finish. I love these lovely yellow seats over here. Sort of upholstered, very French. The wallpaper is slowly peeling off, revealing the outer wall. Even the telephone is still standing here. This is actually a very old telephone. If they would have lived here until 2017, it would have not been a telephone like this, or they would have held on to it for a long time. I'm always very interested in this piece at the end here. And I have known to learn that this piece is for a third person to listen to the conversation. That's very interesting. Wow, lovely artifact here. And the lamp above there. This corner table here that we have standing there, I really love it. It's a beautiful piece of antique, wonderfully carved. And it even has the pictures of this family left on there. I don't know anything about their children, but it looks like they had some children from the pictures that we see in here. This looks like it's somewhere in the United States. Glide de Meyer we have here. And we also have a wedding picture of someone. Wow, this might have been Jean-Paul in his older days, maybe with his daughter or with his wife even. Who knows? Maybe, yeah, she looks like his wife. Wow. Oh, they were so madly in love. Yes, it's definitely his wife. Here you see he got to the age of 75 years old, and she is celebrating together with him. That's the happy couple. That's the people that this house used to belong to, and that we're filming today. I love this soup pot here in the corner. They also love to decorate their house with a lot of art pieces, as you can see. And this was their dining area. It still made the table, as you can see. A lovely fireplace to the right of us, a marble fireplace, and even a candle still standing on here. Wow, beautiful mirror above there. I can see a bunch more pictures lying here. Wow, I know for a fact that this woman displayed on this card over here is Petra, his wife. And also says here, Chair Petra. Wow, beautiful. Multiple pictures. These were the two dogs that they had. I think this picture is made in a living area. The dogs in the backyard before it was overgrown. Presumably their daughter. So many beautiful pictures. Oh, this might have been a picture from when they got married. Wow, this must have been somewhere after the World War, because that's the time when Jean-Paul decided to move to France from the USA to live with his wife. Wow. Here they maybe had their first child together. Absolutely incredible. And even more pictures lying down here of beautiful times throughout their life. Here it looks like he's going onto a train in France. Wow. Let's see if there's anything left in these cabinets, if I can even open them. All the plates are still in there. They literally left this house behind, completely like they lived in here, and nobody ever got back to here to retrieve the items. Lovely upholstery chair standing here around the table. I would say it's a very French setup that we got going over here. The table still made. Somebody's solar glasses laying here. Wow. All the paperwork and everything still in there. And here again you can see all the paint, all the wallpaper peeling off the wall, revealing the house itself. One last overlook of this room. I really adored it. It gives the sense of the people that lived here, of Jean-Paul and Petra, the loving couple. You can still imagine them sitting there on the sofa. And then from this room we can go further back into the hallway. And then we have a little chicken or a cock hanging here on the door. And this leads us into their kitchen. Wow, it's still so incredibly neat inside of here. This is one of the better looking kitchens I've ever seen in an abandoned place. Jeez, the kitchen table where they used to have dinner together, still standing here. And this piques my interest, oh my gosh. There's like this cooking pot standing here on a table with spaghetti still inside of it. So somebody was making spaghetti inside of this house and never got to finish it. That's absolutely sad. Wow. Love the wallpaper as well in this room. The autumn leaves on there. And then this little picture frame with this young lady on there. That also gets me incredibly sad. So the last person, I don't know if it was Jean-Paul or Petra, was doing something here in the kitchen, and they were washing dishes. They put their dishes in a drying rack. There's even a little can still here in the sink with some sardines, I think, inside of it, that are all left behind. And these are the last actions that these people performed, and they never even got to finish it. And that's something that really touches me when I'm exploring these abandoned places. The time stopped around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, never to tick for one more second. I really adore the kitchen that we have down here. I love the tile around it. A lovely art piece as well over here. All the jars above the exhauster. Let's see, I'm gonna say, yeah, that's probably still full. Yeah, all their things, all their food and everything is still inside of here. I can see pancake batter from 2016 still in here. It's not been abandoned for long, but these dates are before 2017. Wow, spaghetti still on top of the counter here. Beautiful. And here we even have a calendar hanging on the wall that says 2014, and that's presumably the date that this place got abandoned. Yeah. This cabinet is also still full. You can see, yeah, towels and everything is in here. Everything that would have been used for the kitchen. Wow, what a beautiful place. Okay, let's turn back. Let's see, I think there's also a basement attached to the house before we go upstairs. Yeah, this door presumably leads into the kitchen, but then this door might go, oh yeah. Yeah, we got a basement attached to this house. It's very common for the north of France to have basements in their houses. Oh, and here you can also see the exposed brick from the house itself. Okay, it's actually a pretty large basement, and it's pretty hot down here. That's a nice change of things because it's so cold outside today. Okay. Ooh, this looks like a wine cellar. Oh my. You can even see there's a couple of bottles left behind, but they are all empty, as you can see. Nothing very spectacular in here. Over here we have some preserved food. This is a very common thing to do, and you see it all over the abandoned places. I think they put beans inside of here. Yeah, there's still water in here, and there's some preserved beans in here. That's amazing. Can you leave in the comment section, does anybody still do that? Does anybody from my viewers still make these pots of food and preserve them in the basement of the house? I would love to know that. I think we have another room over here, and this is sort of a storage room. As you can see, there's not much of interest left inside of it. The washing machine, I think, is over here. No, that's just the heater for the house. One thing I love down here is this grinding wheel that's still here. That's probably to grind like knives and stuff like that they used inside the house. Okay, let's make our way back upstairs. I really love the look of this stairway that we have over here. Beautiful. Let's go up. It's time, everybody, to go upstairs to check out the top floor of this place. And what I really adore about the stairway is all these little frames hanging here on the wall. I think Petra or Jean-Paul were really into fauna and flora. As you can see, they're all depicting flowers, all different kinds of flowers. Probably that they also held in their garden back in the time. This one is broken, but it's really cool to see all these little frames hanging here on the stairway to the top floor. Oh, such a lovely manor. It's a very charming little entrance way that we come into. A little hallway, top floor hallway for the house. And this upholstery bench standing here in the corner. Beautiful yellow upholstered bench, the cushions still lying on the sides. Wow, maybe a place for them to sit and read a book whenever they had time for that. The curtains also still neatly hanging there. It looks like this house could still be lived in. Somebody could still come back and start living again in this lovely place. So one more look at all those frames here on the wall. When you look at them in person, it looks very cool. Okay, there's one thing I see in front of me that really piques my attention. This is a picture of Petra, the one we saw downstairs, or a drawing of her, or a painting. And probably the one downstairs was a postage card that you could send out. Here you can see her hanging here in the house. Probably Jean-Paul hanged this up for his lovely wife. A small town in France, a crooked painting hanging here as well. Then we got one more painting or picture over here. And they had this small desk standing here, a couple of pictures left behind. As you can see, there's a nun standing together with a boy over here, another boy, that's probably the same one. Ah, this is a little phone book that they had. Yeah. What are these? There's also a small memo, notes that you could use. Lovely little table, to my opinion. Let's have a look what we have in this room to the right here. A small little bedroom, presumably from that child. I don't know anything about that child yet, but this looks like a room that could have belonged to one of their children that lived inside of this place. Every single room, of course, also had a fireplace. It's very common back in those times. Central heating was not present in the house. Of course, you can see it has been added on later inside of this place. But when this house got first constructed, every single room needed to have a fireplace to heat up everything. The flowers standing next to the mirror. And I really love this display of this painting inside, worked inside this mirror. The molding around there, the gold plating makes for a very beautiful piece. A very plain bedroom to my opinion, just a single bed frame in there. Lovely colorful pillow though, and a nightstand right over here. This lamp underneath there, lovely piece. Also here, the wallpaper is slowly shipping off. I can even see the small dolls left here next to the bed, presumably from the child that lived here. Even a telephone, wow. Double two of those dolls. Everything is still neatly stacked in here. Absolutely crazy. Okay, let's see what more we can see on this top floor. I really love this setup with the bench here in the hallway. There's a couple more rooms up here that we can check out. Oh, yes, I think this was the master bedroom of the place, where Petra and Jean-Paul used to sleep together. Their bed still made. As you can see, I love that piece of wallpaper that has slowly peeled off the wall and fallen over the bed. You can see also in this room a doll is left behind, still lying on the bed, presumably from the child that lived inside this house. Who is this young man that's standing here next to the bed? The lovely beard he has, looking very sharply, to my opinion. Maybe this was Jean-Paul in his early days. Maybe this was one of their children. Love the vase that is turned into a lantern right next to the bed. And then we have this small cigar box standing here. Produttanos Finos, looks like an Italian brand. And what does it have inside of there? Small handwritten notes, as you can see. I don't know exactly what this is. Looks like a small collection. Peelable, tasteless, tint and transparent. I have no clue what they put inside of here. Oh, these are stamps. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that, stamps. There's even a small stamp lying here. Oh, I just dropped it. Yeah, it's from Netherlands, from Nederland. That's from the Pays-Bas, or the Netherlands, as you can see. Beautiful stamp though. 2 cents, very, very old. Wow. Okay. And then I also had a small sitting area over here in their bedroom, where they presumably could sit together in the evening, maybe talk a little bit more before going to bed. A lovely table also standing next to the bed here. Asian design on there, Asian antique. And also, of course, a fireplace in here. Again, a lovely mirror above there. Got more pictures of Jean-Paul and his wife, Petra, and their older days of life. Still standing here. She still looks lovely on this picture. Wow. Oh my gosh. What do we have here? Oh my, look at that. That's a young man standing in an army uniform. Oh wow. This might have been a depiction of Jean-Paul in his early days. Let's see if there's something on the back. Holding a long rifle. And this looks like a World War I setup, not a World War II setup. Might he have fought in World War I? I was not exactly sure if it was the First or Second World War that Jean-Paul fought in. That was not clear from the things that we found. Let's look at this lovely cabinet or this lovely closet. If there's still something inside. And of course, all the clothes are still in there. And as you can see, these clothes are not from Jean-Paul, but from his wife, Petra. They're all very colorful ladies' clothes. As you can see, still left in here. Wow. This was their bedroom. Here everything happened, and here they lived all their lives. Then we end up back in the hallway of the place. You can see one more room over there, but also they used to have a bathroom to the right side here. Let's have a look inside of here first, before we go any further. A big mess over here on the ground for some reason. Wow, everything is still inside of this bathroom. There's even a chandelier lying in the bath for some reason. Their towels and everything still hanging there. Their shampoos, like you can see. Wow. Look at that. All their perfumes still standing above here as well. My. I always find it weird to see that the razors and toothbrushes and everything like that are still left behind. Those give real sense to a place, real feeling to it. Okay, I think let's check out this last room behind here. And this might have also been a bedroom back in the time. Who knows, maybe of a second or third child. Yeah, you can see this was a bed down here. I love the wonderful red chandelier that's hanging above here. Oh my. There's not much of interest left behind inside of this bedroom. Except for this might have been a walk-in closet. As you can see, all the clothes of them are all still left in here. Let's look at those. These might have been the clothes of Jean-Paul, like we said before. And then all Petra clothes were in their master bedroom over there. There are even these plants lying here on the floor for some reason. Okay, let's go further. It's already time for the last floor inside of this house. The attic, I think. I'm not sure what's gonna be up there, but let's have a look. We got this crooked picture of a clown hanging here on the wall. It's actually pretty creepy to my opinion. And then we can slowly make our way to the upper floors. I can see a door over here that's almost falling out of its frame. Jeez, let's open it up. Okay. Here we come to the attic of the place. I can see a bedroom over there in the corner. Oh my. I wouldn't have expected that. But also this attic looks pretty interesting to my opinion. We have all these crates still standing on top of here. They look like crates where you would move with back in those times. Oh yeah, we can see, I see a letter here from New York City. Wow. Multiple things from his past still lying here. I think maybe these chests he used to move from the United States to France in that time that he wanted to move. And that he came to live with his wife Petra over here. There are some wonderful old pictures left up here. This group picture of all these people over here. And then this very old wedding picture we also have here. Wow. There's a lot of things to work with, equipment. You can see the whole floor over here is filled with pictures and memories of people from those times. Look at this one, this looks so cozy. It's like a little masked ball that they were attending, or not a masked ball, but a ball in general. You see this man looking at the camera. He looks like Jean-Paul in the pictures that we saw before. Wow. Really love all of these that are lying here on the floor. Why would anyone leave anything like this behind? This might have been a picture from the outside of this house. It looks the same. There are no descriptions or anything on the backs of these. Wow. Got this huge chest over here in front of me. And of course, I'm very interested to see what's inside of there. It says it's fragile, and that means, fragile means that it's breakable. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, completely empty. Wow. Even a bathtub. Oh, just knocked over a box of nails. Even a bathtub standing here on the top floor. On the attic of the place, a chandelier hanging up here. And another one of those boxes still left behind. But even more pictures on top of here. A young boy sitting outside of a building. As you can see, a mother and a child together. What's this? These look like handcuffs, if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know what they are? But to my opinion, they look a little bit like handcuffs. Okay. Another painting on a piece of wood over here. Wow, very interesting attic. I'm gonna check out that bedroom as well that we have over here. This is maybe like a guest bedroom that they had back in the time. If guests came over, they could sleep on the attic here and they would have a bed to provide to them. Still made. I love this bed frame though. I would have wanted to see this one in the room down below where there was no bed frame at all. Lovely wood carvings over here. And the Asian art also coming back on these upper floors. Happy bird. Once he starts drinking, he won't stop. It says over there on the box. I've never had one of those, but yeah, it's very cool. Lovely picture over here as well. Made in Paris. Oh, and you've got a stamp over here. United States Airmail, 20 cents. USA. One last room to this side, I see. This is yet again a storage room for all these crates and boxes and chests that we have on these upper floors. Wow. World Series championships. Yeah, a lot of things from the United States left in this house. But it's not uncommon because, yeah, Jean-Paul came from that country. Okay. So we have come to the end of the video, and I must say I really adored this romantic story of Jean-Paul fighting in a world war and then coming to Paris to live with his with his love of his life that he met over here in France. What a lovely story. I think these people had a lovely life and I'm super excited that we could document it and that we could bring it to the internet forever. I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and write a nice comment in the comment section. There's also a link in the description for Patreon. There you can support the channel and help us explore the world. With that all said, until thank you so much and I'll see you next week in another amazing episode. Bye bye. I love you.